Okay, in this video I'd like to show how the new MassHunter Quant B.06 includes trimmed down and focused displays for drug analysis mode of operation. And I'll also give a little blurb at the end on how you could possibly modify things to fit your mode of operation. What I'll do first is let me install the product. And I've got my installable product sitting right here. And you'll see during the install how it will ask you what type of data analysis mode you want to attach to your desktop icon. And after I answer the requisite questions and pick the defaults, here we go. And you can see right now that for these instrument types, we can configure data analysis desktop icons for the standard mode, which is what we've had up until now, and also for drug analysis, which will reduce the available sample types, reduce the available outliers because they're not really applicable, and we want to get them out of the way. So let me get rid of the QTOF, TOF, and triple, and I'll just use MS single quad as the instrument type that is just going to impact what the what data analysis fires up with. So let me get this going here, and this will give me two desktop icons, one which will come up in drug analysis flavor and the other which will come up in the standard flavor, so we can see the differences. So let me get that going, and I'll pause the video while the install is progressing. Okay, our installation is completed here. Let me just do a finish and point out right here on the desktop I now have two MassHunter Quant data analysis icons, one that just says MS Quantitation and one that says DrugQuant MS. Let me open up the standard one, and I'll expand this a little. Let me open up a batch, and this has all the old sample types that we're used to: sample blank, cal QC, CC double blank, matrix blank, dupe, matrix blank, tune check, a lot of which aren't used in drug mode, and even if they are, for example, DrugQuant uses, or drug mode uses, a sample type, but they prefer to call it a specimen. So not only do we have too many sample types here for drug analysis, we have labels that are off a little bit. Also, when we get into the method and we take a look at some of the outliers that are here, because we use these for our sequence decisions, there are a lot of outliers that really have no bearing on drug analysis. We don't worry about a library match score. We don't worry about response check. We don't worry about surrogates or matrix spikes or things like that. So we want to get those things out of the way so they don't cloud the issue. So let me start up the DrugQuant data analysis here. I'll expand that a little bit as well. Let me go open up a DrugQuant batch that I have here. I keep hitting, there we go. That's not what we want. Here we go, come on. That's it. Alright, and first off, let's take a look at the available sample types now. We have blank, calibrator, negative, specimen, and control. That's it. There's nothing about response check. There's nothing about tune check. They don't apply. Notice this says specimen, not sample, if you follow my cursor around here. So we now have a display that's much more focused for the drug analysis crowd. Also, when we get into the method and we take a look at the available outliers, you can see that this is it. We have what we need, and they've been labeled properly. I see carryover amount, which is an important one for drug analysis to check any sample against this to determine whether we inject a blank afterwards or what have you. I see blank response, negative concentration. So these are all the DrugQuant specific outlier types that we want to use. So the menus have been changed by name and by content to more closely match what the drug analysis world needs. Now the way this works is if I look at my desktop icon properties for the drug mode, I can see all the way out at the end it says minus application equals DQ. This DQ is a key telling Quant to look in a certain applications folder for a DQ folder and take its configuration from there. So if we pop into our program files, Agilent, MassHunter, Workstation, Quant, bin, there's applications, there's DQ. These are the two files that can be altered to impact the display. So if you want to add some items, some menus back in, or you want to further delete or suppress menus, that can be handled in these individual files here, or you can create your own. You just have to make sure that you have the proper folder name. In this case, we're all the way out here at applications DQ because we said application equals DQ in the startup. You could change this to say something different, create another folder with that something different name, put your configuration files there, and Quant will respond in kind.